Welcome to Gold Valley Lakes on a freezing cold winter's day. We're here today to find the ultimate winter carp tactic. There's an awful lot of talk about what you should and shouldn't be doing, so we've lined up 4 superstar anglers to try and deliver you the result to help you out while it's still cold. On Pemb 23 we've got England superstar William Raison. Next to him on Peg 20, the man who's perfected the banjo feeder, Holland. Maver man and Southern Star on Peg 16, Pemb Wrighting. And on Peg 13, some would say bung old draw, we've got ex-Premier League footballer Jimmy Bullard. So, we know why we're here, but what are they fishing for? Well, today is all about fishing for the roast beef and horseradish mayo sandwich. Forget about your X Factor £1 million recording contract. Forget about Britain's Got Talent and playing in front of the Queen. This is what it's all about. But it's no ordinary beef and horseradish mayo sandwich. This, my friends, is an M&S beef and horseradish sandwich, the most coveted of all angling prizes. So, with big things to play for, it's worth talking about the conditions. The weeks running up to this have been absolutely freezing. We've seen temperatures of -4 or -5, which has seen an ice lid on all of the lakes. It's now melted, it's about 7 degrees today, but that's actually worse than fishing through the ice. Granted, yes, they can get a rig in, but with all that ice water into the lake, it's going to make the fishing ultra tough. Anyway, they've got to prove the point. That's enough excuses. Let's see how they get on. Oh yeah, right way. Not like So then, Pem, you've decided to fish a straight lead. Why do you think this is going to give you the edge today?
Well, I'm going to fish straight lead, try and put just my hook bait, hopefully where the carp will hold up. So there's only my hook bait to eat. I don't think I really want to eat a lot of this time of the year, so just put my hook bait in there, so hopefully I'll get quite a quick bite. So
you've had quite a lot of success recently on the straight lead, that's right? You won at the weekend?
Yes, it's been good recently with it being so cold. If it's a bit milder, been more inclined to feed something like the other boys, but with it being so cold, I'm hoping the straight lead will be the best tactic, yeah.
I mean, that's where you're going to differ to the other 3 fishing today. Obviously, you're the only one not feeding anything, and if it's something you don't do a lot of, it's very hard to get your head around just fishing a single hook bait. So what is it that gives you confidence when you're doing that?
I suppose just the more you do it, the more confident you get in it, really, I suppose. You've just got to get in your head that your hook bait is the only feed item out there, so that should bring you quite a quick bite if there are some fish in the area.
Yeah. Okay, and let's have a quick look at the rig and baits you're going to be using today then, Pem.
The rig is just a simple running rig, because that's the rules here at Gold Valley. It's got to run free, not allowed anything above the lead. Okay, so what you got on there, it's an ounce lead, is it? Yes, it's an ounce lead, just with a simple lead link swivel on.
Yep.
Bit of doubled up line there, just to where it runs up and down, just to make it a bit tougher, really.
Yeah, a bit of durability.
Yeah, a bit of durability, just down to a bead. Then another little clip here where I can clip on and off hook lengths. If I want to fish a pop-up, for example, I clip on longer hook length or a shorter one for fishing actually on the bottom.
And what baits have you brought today that you think will do the damage? Let's have a close look. I see you got some spicy, is it spicy yellow meat in there?
Yes, it's some garlic meat there, dyed yellow. It's the Bagham garlic dye.
Lovely.
Just nice bright standout hook bait, quite big. I normally fish with 2 of those on the hook. Just a nice big smelly bait that hopefully attract the fish down to your hook bait.
Yeah. Well, we can see in the edge that it's very clear anyway. So a hook bait like that, you're looking to catch their attention visually.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And bright pop-ups as well.
Yes, got some pop-ups here, all sorts of different colours. It's anyone's guess really what's the best on the day. So just experimentation really is the key.
Yeah. Well, last question. Who do you think's got the edge today?
I don't know really. It'd be tight. The other 3 are ever so good, so who knows really. They're all 4 good methods, so we'll see what's the best on the day.
Well, Jim's in good spirits, although he's in a bad way after last night, so hopefully that'll work in your favour.
Hopefully.
Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Okay then, Jimmy, so peg 13 today, and lucky for some, hopefully not for you though. How are you going to approach today's sort of head-to-head match?
Me, I'm just going to fish the PVA bag. To be fair, that's all I ever do here, PVA bag. And just literally, it's just a sit and wait job, you know. It's just sit on your hands, and I'll leave it normally in 20-25 minutes and see how it goes, and just see what the boys are catching, and keep your eyes out and try and look for fish as well. Just cast it about.
So why do you think this tactic's going to give the edge over what the other lads are doing today?
Well, I'm not sure if it. To be fair, I just think the most important thing is just chuck where fish are. You know, I know obviously in match fishing you haven't got the biggest of pegs, but if you've got gaps either side you and space, you know, I just try and chuck it where the fish are. I'm not sure the actual method gives you an edge, but I'm confident I've caught loads of fish on it. So the idea of it, you know, you've got a little pile of bait around your hook bait itself, and literally. That's it, really. I don't know.
Well, let's have a quick look at. You got a couple of bags tied up there. What are you going to be feeding? 4 mil pellets in those?
Yeah, all I do is just tiny bag. This time of year, I hardly put any sauce. I've got bigger bags made up, but this time of year, I just literally fish the size of a 20 pence piece, and some with a little bit of fish meal in.
Well, I did notice at the start as you were knocking a bit of GB up, the other lads were sniggering. But you think this might give you the edge?
Yeah, I've caught fish. You know. As I keep saying, I've caught fish on it, but usually I just stick with pellets, just 4 mil, 6 mil pellets in a bag, and a big 8 mil or 11 mil on the hook.
Flasks, bit of a sit and wait job. Yeah. Sit on your hand, see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so what you got to say to Will on the other end, Peg?
Will's got no chance. I was up there Saturday. I had 2 fish. I weighed in 18 pound, won a section with 2 fish. That's how hard it's fishing, you know. But we've had. Oh.
Bite already? Excellent. Well, this is a brilliant start, isn't it?
That was 22 minutes.
I can see all the other lads looking down already as you've wound into that one. Paul.
You know, you just got to wait. I've waited. To be fair, I've waited 35-40 minutes. I've had the same bag in, you know. And people worry about the pellet coming off and breaking down, but just leave it in till it goes round.
Yeah. And it's not just solely for carp either, is it? You target skimmers and everything as well?
Yeah, I've caught skimmers on this. You know, there's a lot of big skimmers on here which, you know, make a difference, 3, 4, 5 pounds, you know, so literally, you just, you know, you leave it out there. Hopefully the colder, to be fair, last couple of matches, the colder it's been, all the big fish are fed, funny enough.
Well, obviously Gold Lake is home to a lot of big fish, and obviously the bigger they are, generally the less likely they are to feed in colder weather, isn't it?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, as you say, mate, there's a lot of big fish in here. So.
Well, the other 3 will be in uproar. You did chuck in before them, they did notice that, but you're off the mark first of all. Brilliant stuff. Let's have a quick look at that one. Well, lovely job, Jimmy. That's off the mark, nice one. Keep it up, I'll see you in a bit. Right, and Paul, you've got a lot to live up to here, haven't you? Yeah. In January's issue of Match Fishing, we did a nice detail feature on your drill banjo, and at the time you thought it was a tactic that would sort of beat any other winter method on a carp venue. So here we are today, 3 challengers. How are you going to fish and what are you going to do?
Well, basically what I'm going to do in the feature, I've changed the banjo slightly. I've got a smaller stem, having spoken to William about it. It's just more aerodynamic, and it's easier to cast, a lot easier to cast. But as with all fishing, what you think's good at one point and does work, it doesn't mean it's going to last forever. And in current trends, I always look at, you know, other anglers that I look up to, you know, Tommy, William, Pemb, people that are consistently doing well. And any tweak that you make, you tend to always come back to a very simple thing, in the fact of 3 red maggots, as most of my features, you would know, Alex. I've got a massive amount of confidence in that. I have caught a lot of fish on corn. Double 4 mil expand has been a brilliant bait, but for some reason maggots just seem to work ever so well. And with what William's doing, his PVA method feeder, which had a spell of working really, really well and everyone was doing it, but on a venue like this as well, being Gold, there's a lot of skimmers and they're big. So if you caught 2 skimmers, that's 1 carp. So it'd be ridiculous to ignore them. So that's why, you know, having what I did then was just with micros. Now this is basically a toned down method feeder with, I'm still going to use micros but with a bit of ground bait and 3 red maggots. It's just basically a toned down method feeder, so I'm feeding less but so I can cast more, because I do believe that whereas when you speak to William's adamant that you've got to leave it out for a long time, almost until you get a bite. But when we was fishing PVA, not to go into too much detail, most of my bites come after 12 minutes, whereas since I've been fishing a method and this feeder, most bites, if I'm going to get a bite, it's going to be within 5 minutes. So it just gives me more casting because I'm feeding less, a bit like kinder potting on the pole.
Yeah, exactly. I know in the feature that was the principle behind this piece. Tiny pile of bait, hook bait on top. So quickly load that up for me and just show me what we got.
Just the way I showed you, I don't use the moulds just because it's quicker and easier doing it like this. I'll show you to the camera. Just scoop the maggots in like that, thing. Just tap it off, because obviously I don't want to overload it. Put it on my knee, give it a squeeze, and that's it, it's done. And then with obviously the holes in it, that's what creates the breaking down. With a method, the water can get at it, whereas that's just flat. That's why I put those holes in it, and it will just mushroom out.
So you're next to wheels on the MPEG. Out of 10, what do you think your chances are of beating the other three lads today?
Carp fishing's carp fishing. I could quite easily catch 100 fish and he could catch none, but it could quite easily work the other way around. Ability wise, if it was all about ability, I'd like to think I might beat him once out of 10, but he's William, and he's the best in the world. So, but it is about the method more than the fishing. And all I can say to you is the last 3 times I've drawn next to him, he's won every time. So,
well, let's see how you get on today, son.
Yeah,
good luck.
Alex. Thanks.
Only time I've seen you move that fast when someone said here's a free Red Bull.
Okay then, William, we've drawn 23, which today's the MPEG, but unfortunately not a good end.
No, I mean, it is a very good peg, but the last couple of weeks, or the last 2 matches, it's not caught any fish, and there's been good anglers on it. Little Mark Eves was here on Saturday, didn't catch, but, you know, it has warmed up a little bit, although the puddles are still frozen. But there's always a chance of a bite or two, mate. That's the thing with these commercial, you know, the big carp, they do move around, and it's easy to have a good day and it's easy to have a bad day, but, you know, I think as long as we can draw some conclusions from what we're trying to do today, I think it'll be good.
Okay, so let's have a close look at the rig you're going to fish. Now, this is an evolution from a normal method feeder, isn't it? So how did this come about?
I mean, basically, there was a like a pleasure angler that comes here quite a lot, and he was catching a lot of fish in the winter. And after having a discussion with him in the tackle shop, you know, he came to the same conclusion as me, that the carp at Gold Valley prefer hard pellets. Obviously, if you're looking at fishing a normal method feeder, you're soaking your pellets or using ground bait. And he devised a PVA method. He basically cut all the veins off, drilled 2 holes and put a loop of elastic that the PVA bag can sit in. Now, not only is this good because your hook bait is exposed as soon as it goes in, but also in the cold water the band helps cut through the PVA, split it up quicker, and you're fishing really quick.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at how the assembled rig is.
I mean, today, a nice small bag.
4mm pellets.
4mm pellets, yeah. Yeah, you can use different size pellets.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. As the PVA starts to melt into water, the band contracts and does help it split down.
Yeah, you can see there, it's just gripped on nicely. Normally, in this sort of temperature of water, you're looking at 4 or 5 minutes for the PVA to go, and this will go in under 2 minutes. So you can imagine you're fishing. When you're leaving it out there for a long time, like I probably will be on this peg today, half hour, 40 minutes at a time, it's not a necessity. But just in my mind, the most important thing is being confident that you're fishing, and you're fishing straight away. You know, even when you're only looking for 1 or 2 bites on a day like today, that bite could come after a minute or it could come after 45 minutes, and it's just a case of being fishing all the time.
And you'll leave your hook bait exposed on the outside, or will you hook it on the bag?
Hook bait exposed again, because when the elastic cuts through the bag, you get a little bit of a spread, and it's just really is a proper fish trap. You know, if I was fishing a proper match here today, it probably wouldn't be my pick of the methods. But because I've caught a few fish on it and we want to all fish a bit different, it's something that I'm quite confident in catching on.
Nice visual hook bait. What about the hook length and hook size?
The hook size, it's a size 12 Gamma Power Specialist, Teflon coated, which again sounds a big hook, but it's quite a small 12. It's more like a 14. 0.22 hook length, not just for strength and durability, but I want it nice and rigid. Carp find it slightly harder to eject. I've messed around with braids and finer line, but I like it nice and rigid. A short hair with a nice bright barrel bait, nice bright yellow stop. The water's still quite clear, something a bit visual. So I've got the best of both worlds. I've got a small bag on, a little bit of feed, and a nice bright target bait for hopefully the carp to home in on.
Well, some would say that you might have the home advantage today, but what about Jimmy Bullard on the other end peg?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if I had to pick a peg today, it would be peg 13. But like I say, you know, just because a peg hasn't produced in the last match, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to produce. But if I could pick a peg, it would be that one, and he can catch a few fish as well. So
Yeah, well, he's not in the best of form today, is he? So let's hope it all goes well for you, and let's hope we draw some conclusions.
Yeah.
Good luck, Will.
take care, mate.
Well, this is proving to be typical winter carp fishing. Just 2 out of the 4 anglers have had bites so far. Let's go and see who's doing the damage.